Morning, everybody. I really appreciate you all showing up to my TED Talk today. Before we get started, I want to go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Kenneth Robinson. I grew up in a small town in southwest Michigan. I recently relocated to Fayetteville, Georgia about 2 years ago. I'm a husband, father, and avid motorcycle rider. I bring all three of these points up today to talk about how the most important thing about riding a motorcycle is getting home safe to your family. And I'm going to tell you a couple ways that you can stay safe doing that today. I could talk for days about the equipment you're supposed to wear, such as gloves, coats, the right riding wear. However, today's going to be specifically for communication systems and headphones inside your motorcycle helmet. We're going to be talking about a couple of the different styles of these headsets or communication systems, and I'm going to try to convince you to get rid of these hot dog water headphones that are completely unsafe while you're riding a motorcycle. We're going to talk about how these are convenient and how they're super easy to use and how they're actually fun and can provide you a lot of entertainment while you're riding your motorcycle. The first point I want to bring up is why you shouldn't use these wired headphones. They're unsafe. They're inconvenient. You have to untangle them every time you go to use them. They can actually be very uncomfortable after about a 30-minute ride because of the way these sit in your ear and the way the motorcycle helmet compresses. It's going to get real sore real quick. Another thing is if you have the wired little button right here, it's on the right side, which is unsafe when you're riding a motorcycle because the throttle's on the right side. You always want to be paying attention to the road and all your surroundings. You don't want any distractions. Another thing I noticed with these is when I had these on and I'm riding with my wife on the back of the motorcycle, when she goes to hold on, she'll wrap around my chest and now I can't move because I'm caught. She got me tied down. So that is also causing a distraction. If you can't lift your head up to see the road, that's going to be a problem. So you could say, well, why don't you get some wireless headphones? Well, I had AirPods as well. But once you put the AirPods inside your helmet, you have no way to touch them and work any of the communications or switch songs, or even if you're doing navigation, you can turn Siri up so you know where you're going. That doesn't work out that well. So we're going to be talking about some of the options you can use to help prevent these and get rid of these headphones that are completely unsafe while you're riding. So here's a little up-close visual of the headset that I got. I went with the Cardo, but there's tons of good brands out there. I'm actually going to be comparing the Cardo versus the Sena here soon. I want to talk about how, one, you can notice this is on the left side of the helmet. Notice how I mentioned that earlier, how the right side, you got to take your hand off the throttle. So this is everything you need to do right here to be safe. You got your volume. Another thing I noticed too about the wired headphones is you have to press it twice and it can be annoying. You might hit it 3 times. It's going to mess you up. This, to change songs, just one button. I didn't notice that was going to be such a big deal to me, but it definitely makes a difference. On top of that, you can use this button right here to answer phone calls. So it's all hands-free. And the headphones are wired in here. It takes about 20 minutes to wire them up, but they're easy to go. And they sit right in there comfortably, so they're not pushing up against you, distracting you while you're riding your motorcycle. Let's talk about the differences between the Cardo and the Sena headsets. Those seem to be the two most well-known brands and probably the safest brands you can get into. Cardo is really good. I went with this system because I ride with myself and my wife mostly. So the communications only connects to 2 people, and that's the biggest downfall for the Cardo brand. Sena's really known for riding in groups of like 16 people, which is great if you have a lot of friends or like you do a lot of events riding motorcycles. But for me, I wanted the upgraded JBL speakers. I really love music while I'm riding, and it's important to me. So I think Sena, that's where you kind of lose some of the, some of the better features of the better audio quality and better music, but you gain the function of being able to talk. See, when I say talk, you wire your microphone up right in here. So this is also safer when I'm riding with my wife. We can actually talk to each other one-on-one instead of trying to tap over the motorcycle, tap me on the shoulder and say, hey, look at that, that's Rick Ross's house. And now I'm about to dump the bike because I don't know what she's pointing at. But now she can say, hey, look, Rick Ross has got this new sign outside in his house. And my eyes are still on the road. So just to recap, get rid of these headphones. They're unsafe. And get yourself a communication system that's actually going to work for you. They come in all price ranges, $80 to $800. Choose one that's best for you. I know you're going to be happy. You're definitely going to be safer. So that's all I had today. I appreciate you guys listening to my TED Talk. I'll stick around for any questions. Thank you, guys.